Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. I'm back again with another build video, but just like the last one, I'm actually going to go level 2, level 3, and then the level 4. So I'm going to start off with the Rifter. Now, I'm not sure if the Rifter is a brand new ship or if it was already there. I believe it is brand new. I never noticed it before. So let's go through the ship. It has 2 high slots and 3 low slots. And as you can see, it has a cannon bonus, so it will come with a basic cannon set. You can use civilian cannons, and then you can outfit it with a little bit to give it a little bit more power. Unlike the other ships, if you look at it, this has a severe amount of speed to start with. It starts off at 438. If you boost it up a little bit in speed with an afterburner or a micro warp drive, this could be a really good ship for you to run around with. It's going to give you quite a bit of velocity, and it will keep you quite well balanced. Obviously, your engineering should your engineering should be maxed. If your engineering isn't maxed out, well, then you are really starting fresh, and that is when you're going to have to think about buying a basic Omega package if you can. And if you aren't going to buy the basic immediately, you can use your basic starters until you reach the ships. Obviously, the ship won't be really of much importance to you once you've already broken the 1 million or 2 million mark, because once you break the 2 million mark, you're going to break the 10. Once you break the 10, you're going to break the 20, and that's going to open up a whole other market of ships for you. There's no reason to come back to these vessels. The better vessels are, for example, the Condor 2 and the T4 ships that I'm about to show. Okay, there we go. Alright, the next one, let's go to the Heron 3. I love the T3. Now, the Heron T3 isn't that much of a fantastic build. Now, as I said, when they don't have rigs, I'm not going to go through everything that goes onto the vessel. As you can see, it has a scan resolution bonus, a flight velocity bonus, and no direct weapon bonus. It has 2 high slots, 1 mid slot, and 2 low slots. No massive advantage to it. It's a T3 vessel. It has 1,000 basic overall defense, 380 meters per second. It's not the fastest. It has a faster warp speed, and it has massive cargo capacity. A lot of people purchase higher level Herons to actually run a covert ops with it so that they can scoop up a lot of loot. That is the number one usage of this vessel. It is a good transport vessel to run around with. Now, obviously, at this low level, it has 1,000 cubic meters. That's about the same as most of your ships. For entry level, this is fantastic for you to use just doing basic deliveries. Okay, now I'm not going to go any further on the Heron. It is a PvE activity to do the delivery missions. That is all that I can say about it. That will help you with the basics. Okay, now the Breacher 3 is exactly like the others in this class. It does get a lot better when it starts upgrading to the next level of Breacher. 2 high slots, 1 mid, and 2 low. Now, with all of this ship is a little bit fast, right? As you can see, 417, I said a little bit fast, not very fast. For its level, and the fact that it has boosts in certain areas, as you can see, missile activation time is reduced and shield boost amount is increased. This really improves your combat with this vessel. It makes it really good to run through the low level missions. It's a little bit faster than some of the other ships. You may be able to run a Condor 2 within a matter of a day or two, but this vessel will keep you on your feet all the time. It will give you a massive advantage in terms of combat, and it is something that I can advise for most people to use for a long-term vessel in the game. Keeping one of these on the side will definitely be useful, even though it isn't the best, and you can obviously upgrade it quite cheaply to one of the others, as you can see. Now, there was the standard Breacher. Let's go to the T4 version of the ships here, the Vigil. Yeah, anyway, let's go to the Vigil now, right? So let's look at it. The Vigil, as you can see, is a target painter target effects. So it does increase the effect of targeting players, and as you can see, this is a support type vessel. It has 2 support rigs, 2 engineering rigs, 2 low slot, 2 mid slot, and 2 high slot. As you can see, it has target painter bonuses, so obviously we know what the mid slots will be. It is a cannon damage bonus and a cannon accuracy 4-off bonus. It is also a very fast ship, just like the Condor 2. It has a lot of flight velocity. It has a severe amount of overall defense. It has a good enough power grid for this particular type of vessel, and it has quite a good amount of cargo capacity. Now, with this comes the ability for you to really change your outfitting. So let's go straight to it in the cannons. Now, small auto cannons are going to be something that you might think of, but that's not where we're going. We're going small strike cannons. Now, the reason for this is you want that slight distance. It's going to give you that advantage, and everything is within your fall-off accuracy, right? As you can see, you have 8.7 K's fall-off accuracy. Optimal range is 8.05. You can keep the ship within a good enough range and keep firing. You have a fall-off bonus accuracy. That means the fall-off internally is also going to keep on. You're not going to fall out of the ability to fire if you get too close. This ship will work for you no matter what at that purpose. It is going to be good for combat against some of the ships, and target painting will mean they'll take way more damage, and it will reduce your fall off by quite a bit. Okay, the reload time is a bit slow for this class of weapon. You could obviously go with the auto cannons, and I'll just show you why I don't like going with auto cannons. Now obviously I'm looking at quite an expensive lot. The auto cannons are a little bit less on the power grid. It's 10 megawatts. That one is right. I'm not showing you everything there. Sorry, being a little bit impatient. But as you can see, optimal is 1.2, accuracy is 5.16. This means you have to close in that range quite a bit faster before you can actually start doing damage. And if you have a faster ship escaping you, this isn't going to be as effective as you want it to be. While the strike cannon has quite a big distance, and as you can see, it's a 13 megawatt on your grid, 26 megawatts total. It is quite a big chunk of your grid. It leaves quite a small amount for you to do everything else with the vessel, but the vessel is quite fast, and that is where you're counting on a lot of things to take advantage. You have almost 40 megawatts on the vessel, with the addition from engineering giving you almost a 50% boost. You're going to have 20 megawatts on top of that, so you still have quite a bit to use to this vessel. Now, that is around the figure. In terms of this, you're going to go straight into electronic warfare, all the way down to a target painter. And here's the thing about the target painters. That is where your bonus comes from. That is what's the best suited to this vessel. But target painters are just meant for you to blow up the image so that you can do better damage to them. As you can see, they're quite powerful. They are quite expensive on the actual server, 1 megawatt a piece. That takes you up to 28 megawatts. You have 33 by default. It's quite a bit to go, and you are really going to be very close to the edge regardless at 28. Right, let's go with the standard on this here. I will always go with the shield booster first. Shield booster is better than just putting on a little bit of resistance. You want to recover shield. I'm obviously going type B, 6 megawatts. So as you know, you are at 28, add 6, that takes you up to 34. You're completely filled to the brim of the ship. You're very close to limit. Everything now is on engineering. Your skills really make a big difference to this. Go straight for an afterburner. You already know C-type afterburner is 16 megawatts. There you go. And as you can see, 158% increase in speed. This is where you're going to really get your fall off in terms of velocity. It's not going to compare to the Condor 2 in speed. It is going to be good enough to tackle most ships, but this is your advantage in combat, that little bit of speed that you can put on from this level. Now, since this is more of a support class PvE vessel, it's good to use it in conjunction with battle cruisers and battleships on close range. You don't want to use it on a solo run, really. This isn't a ship that you can really progress very far with solo. I'd say level 3 is about its cutoff. Level 4 and level 5, if you get caught by Weber fires, you're going to get hit hard. The Condor 2 on the other hand can push up level 4, level 5. It will be pushing its limit at level 5. You have to keep high concentration and you have to keep yourself on your toes at all times while focusing that ship at that level. They can't warp disrupt you to stop you from moving fast, and most ships aren't going to keep up with you at those levels. Okay, now in terms of rigs, this is cannons. You want to increase your damage, so you're going to go damage and acceleration. Same like any one of these classes, the damage and acceleration makes you fire a little bit faster, even though your damage may not be huge. At 37, if you can fire every 8 seconds, I made a mistake with reload time, we haven't added reload to the game yet. So every 8 seconds you can fire. If you can reduce that to every 6 seconds, it's a massive advantage to you. Obviously you're not going to get that bonus, you're only going to take off about 1 second. It makes a difference. 7 seconds, if you count that to a minute, that's 60 seconds divided by 7. You get that little bit of extra time left in the minute. It might take you 20 to 30 seconds less. That means that your ship will have a higher chance of survival through combat. And in terms of engineering, here's where the big thing comes in. You might have to use a power grid boost on it to give yourself slightly bigger power grid, but if you don't, you can simply just throw on 2 auxiliary thrusters. So yeah, that's one of the catches. Obviously it happens with any ship. As I say, auxiliary thruster for these small vessels gives them the edge in combat. They move so fast that they make it hard for people to lock on, and in PvE it means you can survive for longer before anything becomes a major threat to you. Okay, thank you all for watching. Catch you all in the next one.